Hey guys, if you wonder what's playing, it's a bit of theme music from the game that of what we're reviewing. Today we are, if I don't drop the box, reviewing the Neca, yeah, my fucking holy grail. Yeah, if you wonder what it is, that's part of the theme music of the game. So this is what we're reviewing. Really good. This isn't in the box, but I've already got it out. Got it right here. So if you take a look here, it says Predator Concrete Jungle. Neca, that'd be what a PS2 or Xbox logo would be. Shows the front cover art here, 17 and the warning stuff. Predator there, Predator on the top, and Predator on the side. And on the back, as you can see. So just read that, pause the video and then read it. And then comes up all that, so if you can read it. Comes with some pictures of Scarface, very similar to the box art and the actual PS2 game. I think I still got mine somewhere. Just give me one sec. Just allow me a quick minute to find it. Where have you gone? Where have you gone? I can't find the friggin' box. Balls. Oh well, basically the only difference is there'll be some game screenshots here rather than the figure, and it's just give me a sec. Hold on, it's being stupid. Hold on, give me a sec. So let's get on to the. Actually, I forgot to show you the opening flap. As you can see. Give me a sec. As you can see, you got a picture of Scarface there unmasked, with his blades and his maul. Another picture of him there roaring. Another picture of him there, and then you got some game screenshots. Let's hold this back so I can see. Got some hits of the game. This is actually how the heads up display or the hood would look in the game. I like the way this box looks. Actually, I'm keeping this box specifically just because this figure is my holy grail. And what is going on with YouTube at the moment? Okay, so when you get the figure out of package, this is immediately how it is. Now mine has been modified. Modified my version, specifically for multiple reasons, just to make him a little bit better. He was good already, but first of all, these pieces are actually attached to here originally. In the game, they are actually supposed to be attached to the legs, so I adjusted that. I adjusted the inside there so that it could crunch forward more. Did the same with the neck, so it can go back really far, like that, because he does look up quite high in the game. It's made his head a bit looser. And I did a little cut bit there too. All that to flex and allow the arm to go forward more, because this actually pops off. So that's the figure. You get an interchangeable right hand, meant for holding the spear gun. This is a pretty neat accessory. And this is the first version of the spear gun he gets. All the others are much different. There's one made out of bone and one made out of black plasma forged metal. This is the standard version. And you get the Dark Blade Clan wrist blades. This is the third upgraded wrist blades in the game, so we don't get the standard ones there. This is probably the only upgraded weapon we get. We get the standard maul. Now mine's different, the handle will be parallel to this bit, but I modified mine for reasons which you'll see in a bit. As you can see, very nice. Now there is a little bit of inaccuracy with this, but it's completely skippable or missable. This is actually supposed to be, see this piece here? Is that supposed to be one here and one there, kind of like a double bit. So it's like that across the main blade, going downward. It's not really that big of a deal. It's just something I'm nitpicking about, but who cares? I mean, because I'm such a nerd of the game, I have studied literally every little detail there is. I played it a lot when I was a young kid. And the other accessory, which is modified, and is the plasma caster. Now, originally this would be on the AVP sliding track. However, in the game, it actually functions much differently. To make this figure even better, decided to give my own tweak. Now, Neca don't endorse mods. I did this on my own accord, so if my figure's trashed, which fortunately it isn't, it's my fault. My fault. So this is actually how it functions. It actually goes down like that in the game. Albeit this cast will actually be choppers. If this was a standard plasmic pack that you originally start off with in the game, it would be choppers plasma casters. That's quite a small one. Then you would move on to another one, which is the same as choppers, which has two little bone things on the side. And then you would move on to a different one, which is more angled and sharp looking at the back here. Personally, I like this one, actually. I like the one they've chosen. It's got the targeting scope there. I mean, it's different from the actual game one. It's a bit deviated, but you know what? I don't mind it. I actually like it. Also, there will be a piece here. I cut that off just because it was annoying. It was getting in the way. Okay, also, another fun feature with this guy is wrist computer opens. That's pretty neat. You can see all the detail in there. Okay, so let's go on to... Oh, forgot one more accessory. His unmasked head. Now, this is pretty neat, as you can see, because it actually has the hole there and the eye there. So that's pretty neat. Sorry if my camera's a bit blurry. I'm using the selfie side of it, and it's a bit crap. Yeah, so as you can see, he's got this screaming open mandibles. He's basically a retool of the Scar head that we previously saw. And now onto the figure itself. I think the sculpt is fucking fantastic. I absolutely love this figure. This is my holy grail. Again, had to tweak a few things, but nothing is perfect. But this guy's very close. As you can see, here he is. He has the red mark across his... He's basically a retooled Celtic mask with spikes. His shoulder arm is completely new. He looks like a medieval knight. And this chainmail looks like it had seen better days in its time. It's seen pretty bad days, but it just overall adds to the sheer look of him. So let's switch out this hand. And we switch the music back on because I like that piece of soundtrack. It's called Hunt for Bruno Borgia, but it's not really. It's the one where you face the Monster Squad, which for those of you who don't know what they are, I recommend playing the game. It is basically, they are cybernetically augmented humans that are a bit like zombies. They don't look like zombies until you damage them enough so that all their armour falls off and then they do look like zombies. So here he is with his other hand on. Just bleeds. I don't commonly review from this angle, by the way. Just saying, this is kind of a new trick for me to review from this angle. There we go. Sorry. So as you can see, he's also got the AVP armour here. Nice skull here, which is nice and soft plastic. A lot softer plastic's been used on this guy, actually. Like, reds are nice and soft, but, you know. We're going to give him his maul, which is a bit more difficult now because of the mod, though. And his wrist is a little bit loose. You can see that cut there that I made. That enables the wrist to hinge, so it can do that. Just a little bit more, because you know me, even though the articulation is great, I always want to overuse it in poses or have it able to be overused. So let's take the pack and plug that on. You've got two little pegs right there. You've got one there, and you've got one there, and you've got a port there and there. I did previously glue this on, but the glue's broken, but it's not the end of the world. Personally, it's now gives an option to take off, which is better. The AVP ones are glued on. I'll leave this one on, actually. As you can see, here he is with his pack on. To get his spear gun in, what I actually like to do is actually like to take the hand off and kind of weave it in there. So this is a spear gun. You start off with it in the game, actually. It's one of the first few weapons you actually start off with. Now, when you put it in his hand, it's going to be fairly loose, as you can see. So what I like to do is take these 2 points and wedge them on his vambrace, or, you know, wrist blade section. It's actually called a vambrace if it goes around your forearm, because I've studied gauntlets and armour, so I know what I'm talking about. So if you've got it on there, you get a pretty secure fit. Also, like, it's got an ammo counter there. You probably can't see, but there is red accents in there. It's pretty cool. It's a very nicely sculpted weapon. And his maul is a bit difficult to get on. Because I modded it, I've got to be extra careful. Sorry about this, I've got to do this off camera because it's... But, if anything, it actually fits in tighter because it actually kind of clings to there a bit. Kind of goes into that little groove there and holds tightly, so... But there's a reason why I modded it, because he's known for doing something with the mole in the game. So, you know, camera like that. His knee pads are also different. They're not the AVP ones. He's got the AVP feet, but with a new piece. In fact, I'll go grab one of the AVP ones, actually. I will grab Celtic and Scarf. Have them on my shelf, so just give me a sec. I'm going to start off with a comparison with Celtic, just because the two are so similar. You can sort of see there is. Oh, let me get their arms out of the way. Now, you could technically use this spear with Scarface, because he does use one of these in the game. Not the best weapon, it's probably my least favourite. I barely use it just because I prefer things that do slashing damage. I find them much more brutal and they do a lot better, like them all here. So, as you can see, there's a major difference. You can sort of see the two heads. Celtic has wires on the side of the mask, which one has popped off, so I need to glue that back on. It's not Neca's fault, it's my fault. I'm way too heavy-handed with my figures. Yeah, and I prat about them with knives and all that because I just want to make them even better. I'm a bit of a dick. So as you can see, very similar armour. It's all good though. As you can see, the shins are not the same. They're very different. And now to change the head. To change the head, it's going to be difficult. If you've got them all on, bend the arm out like this, just so that it gets out of the way. And bend that like that, so you can get a proper good grip on the body. And just pull. Now this one comes off fairly easily. The other one, however, was a pain in the arse to get on, so I had to do some tweaks, like carve the joint, the hole out with a knife. And it doesn't actually click in. It's been annoying, really. I'm not a fan of interchanging the head on this figure, but I do like this head. This is alright. There we go. It's getting on better. It's getting a lot easier to plug it on the more I do it, though. It still don't want to go in properly. There we go. It's in. So here it is with his alternate head. I think this looks freaking awesome, in my opinion. Now, if we compare it to Scar, who's just dropped his smart disc or his shuriken. Hold on. Scar is very similar to Scarface. Look at the two. They're basically very similar. You can sort of see the similarities there. It's pretty clever use of the parts to retool them, but I would have preferred this guy with closed mandibles because he did have more closed mandibles in the game. Now, the reason why I modded them all was because in the game he's known for, and his hand always pops off whenever I do this, so I've got to be careful when adjusting him, but it doesn't matter though. He is known for holding it, and sorry, his hand is popping off again. Give me a sec, guys. Sorry, this is taking probably a minute. He holds it sometimes like this. Like he has it like this, and he spins it around so this goes like that, and then he slices into with it in this orientation. And let me tell you right now, it's absolutely brutal. It is brutal. So he sometimes holds it like that, which I usually have him posed on the shelf with it like this. I usually have him posed. And his head just popped off again. God, jeez almighty. This head is so hard to keep on. Sorry, guys. Just give me a second, I'll sort this out. Okay, so I managed to get the head on. Now, I usually have him posed something like... We'll just get it. The trophies menu music. I usually have him posed on the very front of my shelf. I'll show it at the end. Like this, but with his masked head on. So as you can see, he's got his maul ready and he's firing with his spear gun. Obviously, this is not as good, not as precisional as I actually do it. I will show it at the end. But this is how I have him posed. So now let's get on to his articulation, because it's something you all want to see. Now, it's best to... I'm going to remove the plasma cast. I'm going to switch to the other head for this, just because the other head's a bit easy to work with the articulations. It pegs in... That's basically how it pegs in, and this head pegs in a lot nicer. It came off pretty easy, actually, but the other one, the unmasked one, I need to sort that out. It doesn't cooperate. As you can see, this, if I just show you real quick, let me just pause the music here. Sorry, give me a sec. Hold on. Hear that? That pegs in nicely. The other one does not. So let's get on to his articulation. He has a ridiculous amount. He's on the new AVP body, so which is natural because that's how it was in the game. So it's logical they did that. This is how it was in the game. So the head is on a single ball peg. If you do a mod which makes a little notch in the back, probably see that there, it will allow it to go quite far up, but without the mod it just goes that far down, tilt and rotate. However, this piece of armour here is soft rubber, but it still hinders it a little bit just because the dreadlocks cause a problem, and the backpack as well when that's on really hinders it. I wish these were like string in a way, like so they just flopped about and went everywhere. You got pin socket shoulders, so forward and back. Then you got a hinge, which enables it to go out to the side. Out to the side is really far, actually. Like that's overextended. I don't know what's up with that, but so well. So if you wanted to, I'm going to show you in a minute. He has bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, a rotation at the vambrace or forearm, and a ball joint at the wrist. And with all that articulation, if you wanted to. I can't believe I'm doing this with one of my predators. I'll just prod myself in. You could get him doing the dab. I am never doing that again with a predator figure. Now, he has a ball joint, a mid-torso ball joint, or a diaphragm as it's called. Now, without the mod, it goes this far forward and this far back. Goes pretty far back, actually. I haven't modded the back. But when it's mod forward, it will go stupid amounts. Again, what I did is I just hollowed it out a little bit on the inside. Kind of like I did with a neck, but obviously not to the degree of where you see something. It will also tilt and it will rotate on that ball joint. It's a double ball peg, actually. I've taken it apart and I've seen. The waist is on a single ball peg, so that tilts a little bit. Rotates, which is what you're mainly using it for, and it goes back a teeny bit, but it also goes forward quite a bit. So it's mainly going to complement your crunching and your flexing, which is good. Your legs are on pin socket joints, so they'll go forward and back. Then you've got a hinge, so they're able to go out to the side. Again, the armour not hindering any of it. Then you got a cut joint at the upper leg, if you want to call it a cut joint. I mean, you could technically call this a cut joint. Then you got a swivel at the knee due to the construction, and it is double jointed. So that's pretty cool. So if you wanted to, you could just flex in here. Also, this cloth is rubbery, so you know. If you wanted to, you could. Just give me a sec. You could have him perched on something, which is cool, but there's only one piece of articulation that stops you from doing that, and that is a toe hinge. But I can understand why, because none of the Predators have had toe hinges, and with all this armour on, it just wouldn't have worked without compromising the sculpt. So, you know, I completely understand. And finally, he has a single ball peg at the foot, which tilts a decent amount. So, tilts alright. goes up ever so smidge, and it goes down ever so smidge. I do wish Neca could perhaps maybe work out a Marvel Legends style ankle pivot or a Marvel Select style of ankle pivot, you know, like they've done with their Captain America Civil War figures, where they've all got really good ankle pivot. Perhaps maybe Neca could work something in that, like a disc hinge, like they do with the shoulders, to maybe, the way they do the shoulder joints could implement the ankle joints. So I'll just show you with anti-venom here. Because this is the only Marvel Legends figure I've got, and plus I've moved on to Marvel Select now, so just do way better sculpts. As you can see, it hinges down, hinges up a little bit, but it has ankle pivot. Neca, if you're watching this, perhaps maybe you could sort something like that into your figures, because you've done it with the quarter-scale Deadpool, so I don't see how you couldn't do it to those. I mean, you might have your own reasons, but you know, you never know, you could implement it and it could work fine. Now, let me just do one quick thing in honour of Glenn Webb. My flash on for this. Here is Scarface with his feet at the widest stance possible, still with both feet flat on the floor. As Glenn Webb always did that, I'm going to try doing it more to honour him, because he was one of my favourite YouTubers. I really liked his reviews. So, here he is. As you can see him a lot nicer now. He does look absolutely stunning. He's a stunning piece. You should get this guy. Alright, let's go to my favourite pose for this guy and the shelf with all my other Predators. So as you can see, here is how I have them on the shelf. And these are my other Predators. We have Wasp, Dark Horse, Wolf, who's got a bit of clay in his eye from my stop motion. Chopper, yeah, his skull's broke, so one's higher than the other, but I kind of like that. It gives him a bit of visual variety. Celtic, Scar in the pose that Neca actually gave him, but the only difference is his wrist computer's open. Mr. Black, Falconer, Borg, or Lost Predator, but his proper name's Borg, and Bad Blood, and the big bastard himself, my Predator leader. Let's take a close look at this guy. This guy's fucking mint. He is just mint. Look at this. This is gorgeous. Also, he has this piece, which is rubber, but I glued it in place to stop it from moving about. A quick inaccuracy is this is actually supposed to be tan, like his torso is, but I don't really mind it, actually. It kind of looks alright. It's well blended and well enough so you wouldn't really notice. But yeah, this is a gorgeous figure. And let's get the box. Just give me 1 second. Just so you can see him with his box. That is just beast. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.